I'm currently grappling with a shocking situation involving my parents and my sister, Emma, that has left me feeling hurt and bewildered. My name is Alex, and at 28, I have always prided myself on being the responsible member of my family. After working hard throughout school and earning scholarships, I secured a decent job in finance right after college at 22. Since then, I have been financially independent, and I take pride in my achievements. In stark contrast, my sister Emma, who is now 22 and just graduated from college, has always been the family darling. While I love her dearly and recognize her hard work, it's clear that our parents have pampered her throughout her life. Emma has never had to hold down a part-time job or contribute to household chores like I did. She received the latest gadgets and fashionable clothing, often overshadowing my own accomplishments. I tried not to let this favoritism bother me too much, but there were moments when it became impossible to ignore. A specific incident that stands out in my mind occurred when Emma was just 10 years old and I was 16. I had spent months saving up for a new gaming console, excited to finally buy it. When I announced my plans to my parents, they casually informed me that they had already purchased one for Emma the week before. Although I tried to be happy for her, I felt a deep sense of disappointment that I still carry with me. Fast forward to the present, and Emma has just graduated with a degree in communications. I genuinely feel proud of her for her hard work, and I even gifted her a new laptop that she had been wanting. Last week, I received a call from my mother, brimming with excitement, to tell me about Emma's graduation gift, a month-long trip across Europe. I assumed it was a thoughtful present from our parents until my mother casually revealed that they had booked the entire trip using my credit card. I was taken aback when my mother explained that they needed the points from my card to upgrade some of the flights and hotels, and she assured me that they would pay me back. I struggled to find my voice as I processed what I was hearing. They had charged $155,000 on my credit card without my authorization or knowledge. When I finally managed to respond, I asked them about their expenditures. The sheer amount left me feeling as if I had been punched in the gut. "Mom, you can't just use my credit card without asking me. That's illegal," I exclaimed, attempting to keep my voice steady despite my rising panic. My mother dismissed my concerns, saying, "Oh, Alex, don't be so dramatic. It's for your sister's graduation. Family looks out for one another. We'll pay you back, don't worry." At that moment, my mind raced. $155,000 was not a casual amount of money. When I tried to explain to her the implications of their actions, the impact on my credit score, the fact that I might need that credit limit for emergencies, and the fundamental betrayal of trust, she coldly retorted, "You've always been so selfish. Can't you just be happy for your sister?" This is her big moment. Your penny-pinching habits are ruining it. I hung up feeling hurt, angry, and incredulous. Over the next few days, I tried to talk to my dad, hoping for a more reasonable response. Unfortunately, he confirmed my mother's perspective, telling me I was exaggerating and that I should be more supportive of Emma. Meanwhile, Emma seemed completely oblivious to the situation, excitedly gushing about her trip and thanking me for helping her graduate. Feeling isolated, I decided to contact the credit card company. To my astonishment, they informed me that my parents had booked everything online using my card details, which they had access to for emergencies. Because I had provided them with my information, the company did not classify the charges as fraud. Now I found myself with $155,000 in debt on a maxed-out credit card, and my family believed I was being selfish for not wanting to finance my sister's expensive vacation. It was painful to realize that the very people who should support and encourage me had betrayed me, leaving me feeling hurt and angered. I was at a loss about what to do. Part of me wanted to call off the entire vacation, but another part wanted to simply pay off the debt to avoid further family drama. However, the thought of paying off such a massive amount without my consent deeply unsettled me. I worried that allowing this would set a dangerous precedent for further financial exploitation in the future. After considering my options, I decided to take action. I first escalated the issue with my credit card provider, detailing my situation and emphasizing that I had never approved this particular use of my card. After some back and forth, they agreed to investigate the charges as potential fraud. I also requested a family Zoom call to discuss the matter with my parents and Emma, hoping to give them a chance to rectify the situation before taking more drastic measures. During the call, I calmly explained why their actions were unacceptable, outlining the legal ramifications, the breach of trust, and the financial burden they had placed on me. I insisted that they cancel the vacation since I had reported the charges as fraudulent. However, my parents were outraged, accusing me of being dramatic and of trying to spoil Emma's graduation celebration. My mother even said, "We raised you, clothed you, and provided you with a roof over your head. The least you could do is help your sister have a lifetime of travel." Taking a deep breath, I responded, "You chose to have children, and your obligation as parents is to support us. That does not give you the right to spend my money without my consent." Emma, who had remained quiet until then, began to cry, accusing me of trying to ruin her gift and claiming I had always harbored envy toward her. While her words stung, they also fortified my resolve to establish boundaries. I reiterated that I was happy for her accomplishments, but that their actions had crossed a line. Finally, my usually quiet dad chimed in, defending their decision by saying, "We didn't think it was such a big deal. We've always had access to your card for emergencies. We thought this one occasion would be acceptable." It was difficult to process the lack of accountability from my parents. "Dad, this isn't an emergency. $155,000 is not a small sum. You can't just choose to spend my money without my permission." After the call, my parents insisted that I was overreacting and promised they would reimburse me shortly. However, they refused to cancel the trip. Feeling exhausted yet determined, I sought advice from a friend who is a lawyer. He informed me that my parents' actions were indeed illegal and that I had grounds for legal action if I chose to pursue it. After much deliberation, I reported the illegal credit card use to the police. The officer I spoke with took down all the details and was sympathetic to my situation. He advised me that while pressing charges might cause a significant rift in my family, I was within my rights to do so. Now, I find myself torn between my love for my family and the nausea that comes with the thought of suing them. On one hand, their behavior has been wholly inappropriate, and I feel compelled to take a stand. On the other hand, if I do not act firmly now, I fear that this kind of financial exploitation will become a recurring issue in my life. I'm reaching out for guidance because I feel lost in the midst of this turmoil. Alex, a 28-year-old man, found himself in a shocking and distressing situation after discovering that his parents had charged an astounding $155,000 on his credit card without his permission for his younger sister Emma's graduation trip to Europe. This situation unfolded against a backdrop of a family dynamic marked by favoritism and financial irresponsibility. From a young age, Alex had always been the responsible sibling, dedicating himself to his education, applying for scholarships, and achieving financial independence shortly after college. In contrast, Emma, now 22 and a recent college graduate, had been the favored child, pampered by their parents, who never required her to work or contribute to household responsibilities. This favoritism was a source of silent frustration for Alex, who often felt overshadowed and unappreciated, especially in light of past incidents where his efforts were overlooked. The tipping point came when their mother called Alex, excitedly sharing the news of Emma's graduation gift, a lavish month-long trip to Europe. The moment turned sour when Alex learned that the entire trip had been charged to his credit card without his knowledge. His mother dismissed his shock, casually stating that they had used his card to collect points for upgraded flights and hotels, assuring him they would pay him back. The realization that his parents had accessed his financial information without consent was both a betrayal and a violation of trust, especially considering the hefty amount involved. After a heated discussion, where Alex tried to explain the legal implications and the impact on his financial stability, his parents remained dismissive. They accuse him of being selfish for not supporting Emma during her big moment. Despite their pleas, Alex felt an overwhelming sense of anger, hurt, and disbelief. His frustration grew as he recognized that this incident was indicative of a broader pattern of entitlement and financial mismanagement by his parents. In a moment of clarity, Alex decided to report the transactions as fraud to his credit card company. Surprisingly, the company informed him that because his parents had his card details, they did not classify it as fraud. Consequently, Alex found himself with a massive debt on his credit card and a family that viewed his reaction as unreasonable. Torn between familial loyalty and self-preservation, he felt lost. Ultimately, he escalated the issue with the credit card company and sought to communicate with his family through a Zoom call, where he calmly expressed his feelings and explained the gravity of their actions. However, the call devolved into further conflict, with his parents accusing him of ruining Emma's graduation celebration. Emma, overwhelmed, cried and expressed her belief that Alex was punishing her for something she felt was beyond her control. In the aftermath, Alex made the difficult decision to distance himself from his family while prioritizing his financial well-being. He froze his credit, changed passwords, and even sought therapy to help him navigate the emotional turmoil stemming from the incident. This period of separation proved enlightening, as it allowed Alex to reflect on the dynamics of his family and establish healthier boundaries. As he processed his feelings, Alex received support from extended family members who empathized with his situation, particularly his aunt, who provided valuable insight into his parents' history of financial irresponsibility. Encouraged by this support, Alex reinforced his resolve to set firm boundaries moving forward, recognizing the necessity of protecting himself from further financial exploitation. Weeks passed, during which Emma reached out to Alex with a more mature perspective, acknowledging the favoritism and expressing regret for her initial response. They engaged in meaningful conversations that allowed them to reconnect, while Alex remained steadfast in his decision to maintain distance from their parents, who continued to display guilt and anger towards him. Throughout this tumultuous journey, Alex discovered personal growth and empowerment. He began pursuing new hobbies like photography and strengthened his financial literacy by building an emergency fund and enhancing his retirement savings. The experience underscored the importance of financial independence and stability, teaching him that it's acceptable to establish limits, even with family. As Alex continues to navigate the aftermath of this family crisis, he remains committed to his own well-being and personal development. He plans to keep his online community updated on his progress, knowing that he has taken significant steps toward reclaiming his financial autonomy and emotional health. Over the past 6 months, Alex has experienced significant changes in his personal and professional life. He received a promotion at work, accompanied by a substantial salary increase. In the past, he might have felt obligated to share this news with his family, particularly given the history of financial manipulation and emotional turmoil surrounding his family dynamics. However, this time, he chose to celebrate privately with a small group of close friends, free from guilt or obligation to disclose his achievements. In terms of family matters, Alex learned from his aunt that his parents ultimately sent Emma on a 2-week tour of California for her graduation. Although he felt conflicted about this, as he had initially been upset by their financial behavior, he acknowledged that Emma seemed to enjoy her trip. Looking forward, Alex is cautiously optimistic, but remains wary about his relationship with his parents. He has decided to maintain a no-contact policy with them for at least 3 more months to allow himself the necessary time to recover and evaluate whether they can respect his boundaries. While Emma has been making efforts to restore their friendship, Alex is approaching this cautiously, establishing clear limits as he navigates their relationship. This journey has profoundly altered Alex's understanding of what family means. He has come to realize that family is about love, respect, and support, not merely about blood ties. The friends and relatives who have supported him throughout this ordeal have shown him the true essence of family. Through this experience, Alex has also gained valuable insights into financial freedom. Although he has always been frugal, He is now more vigilant about monitoring his accounts and has implemented additional security measures to protect his financial information, even from relatives, especially during family gatherings. There have been moments of uncertainty and grief during this time. For instance, Mother's Day was particularly challenging for him, but he consistently reminds himself that prioritizing his mental health and personal growth necessitates this distance. Surprisingly, this period of no contact has allowed him to become a source of support for friends facing similar family financial issues. Many have sought his guidance on how to set limits and deal with financially reckless family members, which has been rewarding for him. Regarding his parents' financial situation, Alex learned from his aunt that they had been struggling financially and had relied on his credit card for purposes beyond Emma's trip. This revelation has led to conflict between his parents, as his father holds his mother responsible for pushing the boundaries with the credit card usage. While part of Alex feels sympathy for their struggles, he reassures himself that their financial mismanagement is not his responsibility to resolve. Emma has also shared insights about their parents' mindset. She conveyed that they still do not fully understand why Alex reacted so strongly to their actions, perceiving their behavior as normal family dynamics. This ignorance frustrates him, but also reinforces his decision to maintain distance from them. Reflecting on his childhood and early adulthood, Alex has recognized patterns of financial and emotional control that he previously accepted. While the journey has been arduous, it has empowered him to validate his emotions and experiences without seeking parental approval. On a personal note, Alex has recently started dating again. Initially hesitant to engage with anyone amid the familial drama, he met someone named Sarah who has been understanding of his circumstances. Although their relationship is still in its early stages, it feels promising as they both share similar values and respect each other's boundaries. Alex has also revisited the idea of pursuing a master's degree, something he had postponed due to concerns about how it might affect his ability to support his family financially. Now, he is actively researching programs in financial technology, feeling empowered to make decisions based solely on what is best for his future. As Alex reflects on the changes he has undergone in just a few months, he feels a sense of determination that has replaced the initial shock and resentment. He is now actively working to build the life he desires, rather than merely reacting to his family's behavior. 6 months after his last update, Alex has exciting news to share. He has been accepted into a master's program in a city 3 hours away from his current home. This 2-year program aligns perfectly with his professional goals, and he is filled with both excitement and anxiety about this new chapter. The decision to pursue this degree required significant consideration, including quitting his job, relocating, and potentially incurring student debt. However, it also represents a crucial investment in his future. The no-contact period with his parents has formally ended, and Alex agreed to attend a family therapy session led by a professional therapist. During this session, important truths emerged. Alex's father revealed that he had been hiding significant financial losses from poor investments, leading to a covert struggle with money that had prompted them to misuse Alex's credit card to maintain appearances. This revelation brought forth tears and accusations from both parents as they began to understand the consequences of their actions on Alex. For the first time, Alex's parents offered sincere apologies, and they agreed to continue with monthly family therapy sessions. While he remains cautious and maintains strict boundaries, he feels a sense of cautious hope about rebuilding their relationship on healthier terms. Emma has also shown growth, moving into her own apartment and starting a full-time job to achieve financial independence. Their conversations have increased, and Alex feels he is finally beginning to understand her as an adult. Emma has even sought his advice on saving and budgeting, a positive sign of their evolving relationship. In terms of his finances, Alex feels secure. With the encouragement he received from friends, he was able to offset some of the expenses related to graduate school and save a substantial amount for his move. He has also become more assertive in protecting his financial information, recently refusing a request from a distant relative to co-sign a loan, feeling empowered to set boundaries. As Alex prepares for this next phase of his life, He reflects on how much has changed since the initial call from his mother about the credit card charges. The hurt and resentment have largely faded, replaced by a newfound sense of empowerment and self-assurance. He now understands the importance of setting and maintaining limits, recognizing that true family, whether related by blood or choice, supports personal growth and respects boundaries. Alex expresses gratitude to everyone who has followed his journey and offered encouragement during this challenging time. Their support has served as a beacon of strength and clarity. For anyone facing similar family issues, he emphasizes that it is possible to emerge wiser and stronger. As he prepares to move and start school, Alex feels a renewed sense of excitement and endless possibilities, looking forward to the future with hope and determination.